Módulo 1. In this module, I worked with topics about daily routines, habit, skill, family, and physical descriptions. I learned about the present simple tense in its affirmative, negative, and interrogative forms, and that it is important to make the difference between affirmative and sentence in the third person singular with the use of the auxiliary verbs do, don't, does, or doesn't in negative and interrogative sentence. Finally, we talk about appearance and personality using adjectives to describe their physical characteristics, such as height, build, hair, and facial features. Module 2. In this module, I learned how to express my likes, dislikes, and opinions about my hobbies, daily activities, and leisure through the activities seen in this module. I learned to use verbs. Regular verbs are again in 82 forms, their past tense, play, played, and irregular verbs change their spelling. Go, went. We also use the auxiliary did for the negative and interrogative forms. And I also understood that the there was or there were indicated that someone or sometime existed in a certain place. In a sentence, a noun always follows there was or there were. There and there were are the past sentence for of there is and there is. Modulo 3. In this module, I learned how to describe action or state that occurred in the past. I worked on the past continuous in its affirmative, negative, and interrogative forms. I different in the past continuous from the simple past with when and will. Will is generally used with the past continuous and when is used before the simple past tense. It is important to note that when using will or when and the beginning of the sentence, we must use a comma in the end. I worked with sequence words that help use keep our story organized, be written about events in order. Modulo 4. In this module, I learned to express both orally and in writing my most common and unusual past experience. I worked on the past participle of regular and irregular verbs. Spoke of life experience with the perfect present, adding later, always, never, yet, for how long, just now, for and since then. I worked on the verbs in infinitive form, simple past, for and past participle form. Module 5. In this module, I understand the modal verbs can, could, must, needs to, and has to, can, could, must, need, and has to in appropriate context to talk about present and past tense, skill, strong, obligation, or logical assumptions in everyday situations, as will has the need or obligation to do sometimes. Auxiliary verbs provide additional and specific meaning to the main verbs of the sentence. Have to, must, and need to are used to express obligation or the express need.